Hi, all. Good evening. In this video, we are going to discuss about the generic programming. Previously, we have discussed about the I/O streams. Then how to read and write the content on the console. For that, what are the methods we can use? Then classes we can use. Those things we have covered in previous videos. Right? In this video, we are going to discuss about the generic programming. What is meaning? What is the generic? Generic means with a single operation, single thing method, we can perform the multiple operation. For this real-time scenario, you can consider the tissue paper. What are the purpose? We can use the tissue papers. Yes, of course, it's right. The tissue paper, it is used depends upon the place. Okay. If while you're eating an ice cream, then that time we can use that tissue paper to hold the stick. And also we can use that tissue paper to clean our mouth. Then if you are going to the any hotel, after eating, we will wash the hand. Okay. After washing the hand, we will use that tissue paper to dry our hands. Okay. The paper is common tissue. That depends upon the place. The usage is varied. Like that here also we are using the generic terms. Depends upon the place. The functionality may differ. This will be allowed to create a classes methods. It can work for any data type, but the one condition is that the generic programming, it does not support for the primitive data types, and also it is used to enable the safety, reusability, and the reduce the casting. The typecasting means nothing but the conversion. Already you have studied in the C programming, right? If we are giving the value in an integer, if I want to convert it into a float, then we can go with the casting operations. You can consider this example. In this example, we have used a generic class and one more is normal class. In this generic class, while we are giving, we have to give a class, then generic class name. Then after that, you have to give the generic type. What kind of type which you are going to pass. Okay. In this, the usually what we will give, after the visibility mode, we will give the data type, then we will give the variable name. Here, instead of the data type, we will use the generic type. Then the box. What it means? What kind of method is this? Is right. It is a constructor method. Here we are passing the generic type along with the variable name. And this, it represents it is the current content. Okay. Then the get content, which is used to get the content while running our program. Okay. You can consider this class, it is a main class. Why it is main? Because we are using this main method. Okay. And for accessing the class, we have to create a object. Already you know, right? Next, recall the syntax for creating an object for normal class. And here we will use the class name as it's the previous concepts. Then here we have to specify the generic type. What kind of generic type we are going to use it here. In previous slide, we have see the T, right? Here we are going to pass string for that T. And the next one, we are going to pass it as integer. And after that, we have to create an object. Then we have to use a new keyword, class name, then generic type. Then after that, we have to specify the value. Okay, if I'm going to pass it as a string, then we have to give the sequence of character. Then we have to use the system.out.println method to print the output on the console. While we are printing, we have to call the method which is available in the generic class. It is called through this object name string box. Okay, along with the dot operator. Then it will print the output as hello. And the next one is integer. Here the generic type is integer. In this integer, we are passing the value, integer value. That will be get printed. What are the content which we have discussed in the program, it is given a explanation. You can make use of it for reading purpose. Then the generic method. Previously, we have considered the generic class. The next one is generic method. If I want to consider the method alone as a generic method, then I can use this concept. Okay. If I use the generic type in the method, then that particular method it will be called as the generic method. Okay. You can consider this example. In this example, just we have created an object like the previous one. That is the demo class is a normal class. So we have created an object equal to new demo class. Okay. This method, it will be work for the integer, and the next one, it will work for the string. Here you can consider normal demo class, then public, generic type, return type, then method name, then data which we are going to pass. Then this is println. First, this will be get printed generic method. Then after that, what are the data which we are passing? It will be if I am passing the integer value, then it will print that data passed 1, 2, 3. And if I am passing the string, then it will print it as data passed is hello. Okay. This is an example. Then bounded type. If I want to perform only for a specific data type, then we can go with this bounded type. If I'm going with the bounded type, then we have to use the extends keyword. Okay. If I'm using a extends keyword, it is coming under the inheritance concept, right? So the derived class extends, then base class name. Okay, the same concept it's applied here. You can consider this example. Class, generic class, T extends number. The number is a base class name. From that, we are going to use the display function alone. This is a bounded type generics. Okay, main method. Here we have created an object for integer and string generic type, and it will get print the value. While we are running this, it will generate the error in this line string object. Why? Can you guess what will be the answer? Yes, of course, it's right. Because we have extended this T for a number class, not for the string class. So it will generate the error message like this. Okay. Generic class string object. Reason interface variable T has incompatible bounds, equality constraint string. Yes, of course, right. Because we have defined a bounded type for integer alone, numbers alone, not for the string. Okay. Then the T is a type variable and declared with a class generic. This kind of error message it may raised. Okay. If I want to perform for a that numbers alone. If I want to perform a string, then for that I can create another bound type. Okay. The advantages, the type parameter type we can use any T, E, K, V, and also it will be comfortable with the type checking during the compile time and the code reusability, and also it may use the wildcard. Wildcard is nothing but the conversion purpose alone. Okay, uppercase to lowercase. For that purpose, we can use this wildcard along with the bounded type. There are some types of restrictions also there. It will use the type eraser to remove the type informations during the runtime. It will be used only the compile time alone. And this is not comfortable with the primitive type. And we are not allowed to create an instance. And also it cannot create a static fields also, it is not allowed. And the typecasting, we are not able to perform. It will be done by the compiler itself. And it will not allow the array variables. Okay, reference. Thank you. So in this video, we have discussed about the generic programming. Under the generic programming, we have discussed about the generic class and generic method. Also for if I want to perform for the specific thing, then I can go with the bounded type. Thank you.